Welcome to Data Within Reach, and welcome to another Rapid R 3-minute tutorial, although might go a little bit long today, we'll see. Today we're going to talk about trees. No, not those kind of trees. These kind of trees. Decision trees, specifically regression trees. We're going to use R to build up a regression tree and learn some terminology around it and show how easy it is to make one of these in R. When you think about a decision tree, you might think because it has a discrete end state, which we call leaves, to keep the tree metaphor going, you might think they're better suited to be classifiers or things that help you make a decision. But there's another thing you can do with the tree structure like this. You can make a regression tree where at the end state you actually get a number. So if you take a data set and you analyze that data set, you can turn it into a tree such that looking at the different features in that data set, you can go down the tree and get an estimated number associated with those features. That's called a regression tree. Well, we've only got about 3 minutes, give or take, so hey, let's get started. So our goal for this quick little tutorial is to create a tree that shows different characteristics of a data set and then estimates the price of a house based on those characteristics. You might say, how much square foot does it have? Does it have more than 2,000 square feet or less than 2,000 square feet? How many bedrooms does it have? More than 3 bedrooms, less than 3 bedrooms? How many bathrooms does it have? More than 2 bathrooms, less than 2 bathrooms? Based on those features, we estimate the price of that house in Boston to be this. That's what we're going to create, and it's really easy to create using R. First off, we need to install and load the packages that we're going to be using for R. In this case, we have one package, which is the data set that we're going to be analyzing. And that's just specific to this example. The other package that you'll need to use anytime you're doing a tree in R is the rpart library. So here we're installing the packages and loading up the libraries. So now that we've got those installed and loaded, let's take a quick look at the data. When you're trying to estimate something using a data set, the attributes of data that we're seeing as columns, those are referred to as features. It's useful to look at the features, see what their correlation is to the answer, and then figure out which features are most important and use those as the decision points for the branches in our regression tree. Lucky for us, we're using an R library that's going to do all that amazing stuff just in one line of code. And here's that magic line of code. So you can see we're using the rpart function. We're telling it to use median value of home prices as the answer, or the Y. That's the thing that's trying to be predicted. We're letting it to know to use the dataset Boston and just pick whatever features work the best. We're just passing the whole data set in. And then lastly, we're telling it an analysis of variance, or ANOVA, is the method that we want it to use to build up the tree. It's just one of many possible methods. One line of code, we created a tree. That's pretty easy. Take it from me. I'm taking a class right now and they're making me write one of these from scratch. And it's very nice to be able to just use a library and do it in one line of code. Now we can plot it and we can check how accurate this model is by calculating the mean squared error, by taking the mean of the predicted, subtracting the actual, and squaring it. And there you have it. It's amazing how easy it is to create a regression tree in R with just one line of code. Take it from me. So in the future, I'd like to go over not just trees, but even forests. No, not those kind of forests. Well, that's it for this week. Let me know if you'd like me to elaborate on anything in the comments below. And hey, if you watched this and enjoyed it, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe too while you're down there. All right, well, thanks very much for watching. And, I used to have a friend who was really, really smart. And whenever we were trying to decide where to go to lunch, I would make the joke that sooner or later he'd be doing a linear regression to figure out our place where we're going to lunch. And nobody used to laugh at the joke when I made it back then either.